like, I'm leaving here with something. You know what I mean? I'm from around the way. I'm leaving with something.
It's the I'm Leaving Here With Something podcast. It's your boy Chuck, and I'm here with
the funeral guy. Big shock because it's over.
Yeah, baby.
I'm in black, baby. You know why. You know why.
Those Knicks
Come
fans.
on. But before we get to the Knicks, like, comment, share, subscribe. We are back. Good to see you again, buddy.
Yeah,
Good
you too, man.
You know what I mean? We back for y'all.
On the
I know
holidays.
Y'all missed us.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I hope everybody Memorial was good.
Yes.
You had fun. It was safe.
Yes. We took a break. Everybody had to go see family.
Exactly.
We back. We coming back with the content. We putting stuff out. We back on the socials. Everything's back the way it is.
Back, yo.
And we're going to start it today with the
clocked in
funeral. Okay?
You know what I'm saying? There
funeral.
It is.
Let's talk about the Knicks, man. Let's talk about the Knicks.
Let's go back. First of all, before we talk about the Knicks, right? Let's go back to the previous podcast we did.
Oh, man.
When Chuck gave you the analyst of what was going to happen in that playoff.
You did say
You know what I'm saying? Number one, Knicks are not deep enough. Number two, Indiana's playing 12, 13 players at a time. Whenever they sub, there were 3 or 4 subbing in at a time to New York's 1, right? Then number 3, you're playing the highest scoring NBA team in the league this season. This season. They were putting up the highest numbers. So if you notice that game that New York actually won, you had to hold them to 100. You held them to 100 points.
Yeah.
And you played benches. You played the $1 million guys on the bench that make 500,000. Yeah, that's supposed to play. You finally played them.
A little bit of help.
Right. You held them to 100 points, which it wasn't high scoring, like Chuck said. So now going forward, what does New York? But wait a minute, before we get into that,
I was about to ask you.
Before we get into that,
I was about to ask you.
Let me let Shy give his take on the games and the series that happened. But go ahead, champ. The mic's yours.
So listen, I had to call. I had to hit one of my friends up last night.
You started stuttering. You all right?
I'm just thinking about it. I had to hit him up because I'm thinking about my Knicks fans. You know what I'm saying? My Knicks fans is my people, is my Knicks fans.
Shout out,
you know what I mean? So I understand. Listen, this was before we even get into any dissection, it was a great Knicks season.
Yes.
They almost went to the finals. So let's clap it up for the Knicks.
Yeah.
They went far. You know what I'm saying? And Knicks fans got a lot to be proud of. And like I said at one time, Knicks fans should celebrate every time they win, right?
Yes.
So when they won the other day, celebrate. And they was celebrating. They was out there.
It was out there.
But my analysis is it's like yours. They are deep. Indiana is deep. And if Tibbs wasn't going to play any bench, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's going to be hard to keep up. It's going to be a battle of attrition. It's going to be, you know what I'm saying? A battle of, I'm just trying to make it. And Brunson, and they did all they could. You know what I'm saying? But they didn't. They just couldn't put it together.
So let me ask you this, Shot. Do you, for the Knicks fans now, this is for the Knicks fans.
Okay, go.
Did the cat trade or the cat acquiring, did that pay out for the Knicks?
Yes. I'm going to say the good answer is yes, because they got further than they did last year.
Okay.
Right? And they almost made it to the finals. 2 games away from the finals.
Okay.
Because you lost 4-2, right?
Yeah.
So you're 2 games away from it. So yes, in theory, yes. But do I think it is the solution? No.
He's not the go-to?
No, I mean, they're going to need him.
Right.
But he's not the solution. They're not finished. So it's either you're going to get one more piece or you change the coach, which probably they're not going to do.
Wait. So you're saying, is it both or one or the other?
Well, one can be solved. If you change the coach, you may be able to solve it. Because I don't think Indiana is more talented than the Knicks.
Right.
Like when you go player for player,
right.
I don't think I look at Indiana and be like, oh, Knicks is not, they not them.
Right.
No,
right.
I don't see that.
Right.
I don't see that. So you could easily change the coach, get a culture going, and you could change that series. You know, any one game could swing it. So, but I don't think they're going to go that route. So that means they're going to go the player route, or, you know, a piece or two, and that's going to be something to see. I don't know, but I know Knicks fans. Please jump in the comments if y'all want a new coach, or y'all think y'all a piece away. We need to know this.
Yes. Get in them comments.
You know, even if you're not a Knicks fan and you just watch the game, let me know. Let us know.
Right.
if you think or what you think the Knicks need to get to the finals, because you this close, guys.
Right.
You this close. Like the whole city roof would have came off if the Knicks would have made the finals.
Listen, if they would have won that game last night, it would have been all over again. Like what we saw in that other game where they were crowd surfing and everything. Man, listen, it might have been confetti at this one, like the ball dropped for real.
But you know what? It's real though. The Knicks, it's real. Yeah. It's right in front of you.
Yeah.
It's right in front of you, Knicks fans. It's not like we could come here and be like, oh, y'all bums. No. Y'all right there. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, a play away or coach, but I don't think they're going to go to coach route. I think they're going to wait. If the season starts and it gets to the halfway point and they're not where they want to be, maybe they might think about coaching change.
I was about to say that. I don't think as far as you got this far that with that play or that acquisition and the trades and stuff that they did, you don't want to interrupt the coach right now.
Yeah, exactly.
You're going into the off season.
Exactly.
Let's relax, take a vacation, sit back.
Yeah.
And
let's analyze. Let's look at everything.
Let's see what we need.
And to see if we can improve with our play. Right. And if we can't improve with our play, then we start looking at, you know what I'm saying? But they don't got to, like a Kevin Durant is out there. They might not want to jump and get that, even though he looks like great, because that's somebody who could just score. You give him the ball other than Brunson, he could just score like the best of them.
I mean, at Kevin Durant's, where he is in his career right now, he might be
the vet that they need.
Yeah, exactly, because you just want him to spot up and shoot.
Yeah, or
they do need a shooter.
They can isolate him. Exactly. He's going to get double teams and make the whole team better.
Exactly.
Because Brunson getting double teams way different than if Kevin Durant 6'11" get double teams.
Exactly. That's a tough double team.
And Cat wasn't demanding any double teams. He wasn't getting down there. Like, he wasn't down in the paint every possession, putting pressure. He wasn't like Joker. You know what I'm saying? Joker, you get it, everybody's coming to him.
Exactly.
It's different. But the Knicks fans, got a lot to think about. You know what I'm saying? It was a great run. Let's really just highlight the run. I know it's hard after the day after, but you got to highlight the run. It was so fun.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
And you will be looking forward to the NBA season next year. I know right now we're going to the finals, but I'm already looking forward to the NBA season starting in October already.
Yeah,
I can't wait.
Yeah, me too.
I want to see this over again.
I want to see the improvements. I want to see the excitement. The city was on fire.
Yeah.
Like, even if you're not a Knicks fan.
Man, Madison Square
the city was on fire.
Boy, you couldn't even get in a bar down there.
Yeah, I mean, but clap it up, Knicks fans. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry the season ended, but y'all did well, man. You know what I'm saying? And let us know, like I said, in the comments, what you think they need. They need a new coach. They need one more piece. And who is it? You know what I'm saying? If you know who it is.
Let us know who you would like to come to the Knicks.
Yeah, like who you see in a Knicks uniform playing with Brunson and Cat, maybe. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So, before we do that,
we forgot.
We trying,
Yeah.
Duncan might have forgot about us, but we ain't forget about you.
You know what we want.
You know what we need.
Here we go, man. Come on. Because we sponsored by who?
Nobody. Absolutely nobody. Absolutely. We still trying though, okay?
There it is.
On to the next segment. So, Chuck.
Yeah.
On our next segment, Stefon Diggs.
Oh, the ball player?
Yeah. Cardi B's
I saw that.
Play date.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I saw that.
He's on the boat with a pink substance.
Pink powder?
With the ladies. And the ladies going, Daddy! Daddy, could you give it to me, Daddy?
I saw that, yo. Right?
Daddy! Call me Daddy. You don't get it. Daddy! Drop it. And he like, hey, now go play with this and come back when you're real nice and high. And then might have some more for you.
I thought that was like a skit or a script.
Me too. I thought it was. I thought they was playing.
They was playing, right? So then I said, "Man, how old is those? How old
they look those young, chicks? Man. They look young, but I don't want to speculate on the age, but they look just by saying that, Daddy, the way he was doing it, I was like, yeah, that's why I thought they was playing.
Me too.
Of that. That's why I'm referencing the Daddy thing. They were like, hey, call me Daddy, Daddy. Hey, you got it. Go play. You know what I'm saying? Go play, girl. And when you come back and you're nice, come back to me. I got something else.
I saw that little clip.
So the NFL, he's in hot water because his coach had to come out and make a statement saying they're aware of the video.
Wow.
So he's being investigated. Now, it's funny, right? He was at a voluntary camp.
Okay.
And then when this happened, he didn't come. So now that made a lot more fuel to the fire that this is a bigger investigation and people want to let on. But
that's crazy.
I'm of the elk, and this is the stuff that goes at the end of time, like people partying and giving drugs. But today, I'm like what Mace said on the podcast.
Right.
Like, you got to be careful about giving anybody drugs today, because the drugs today, fentanyl, all this other stuff.
Yeah, this is a different time and different era.
It's a different time, different era. So if you might be casually playing and you might have a little package, somebody else might have gave you to give. But if you the one that gave, especially on camera like that,
it's gonna be traced back to you.
Or with witnesses, if something happened to these women and they overdose, what do you think is gonna happen to you and your career?
Well, let me say this, Shot. The thing about that, right? Let me say this to the people out there, right? You see how technology has moved from back in the day. Remember when you had your first cell phone?
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that at the end.
Your first beeper.
Yes.
Right. So just how technology moves, the drugs move as fast as
they evolve
technology.
too. Yep.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They evolve as well.
Because you remember, I think even our era was the ecstasy. Mostly.
Exactly.
Like as far as the psychedelic, Molly and ecstasy.
Yeah.
And it was dangerous, but it wasn't as dangerous as today.
As it is now.
Yeah.
Because now they got that monster out there, that fentanyl that can creep into anything. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? All these and more people, like you said, because of technology, is more man-made drugs that people more experimental, and dudes is off and things is happening like quick, fast. You know what I'm saying? So you might think this one little thing is just it's just a little fun.
Right.
Next thing you know, you behind bars, people are dead, and the whole shit is messy.
And your life is
changed.
over.
Everybody's life changed.
Everybody's life is over.
So as far as that lesson, that's how we're looking at it, because we're older. It's like, but that was a little concerning.
Exactly.
You know
and then on top of that, Shah, he just signed like a 3 year, $70 million deal with the Patriots.
Yeah, yeah.
You just signed money. You're a baller. Great. You want to have fun, right? Cool. But that right there on camera, and that's another thing in this era, right?
Yeah.
There's a camera everywhere. Who is not recording, man?
Right.
Like Chris Rock said, attention is the number one craver.
So I was saying, I was saying Stefon Diggs is single, right? Single guy. But the most successful players in any sport are married, or they're in a relationship. So if you name a player, Steph Curry, LeBron James,
Mike Jordan, Kobe,
Joker,
right, married,
all married, Pat Mahomes,
the kid OKC just got the MVP,
right?
Shai
Gillis,
married.
You know what I'm saying? And
Tom Brady when he was
winning,
married.
Peyton Manning, married. So they all like the most. You know why is that? I'm not saying that marriage is the fuel, but what happens is when you're married, it's less distraction. Like you're not gonna be on the boat saying "Daddy."
You got one person to worry about.
Right, you got that one, and then the kids. You know what I'm saying? But then that allows you to focus in on your craft.
Exactly.
Other than people like Zion now getting accused of rape. Young dudes with money and
single.
Right, and single is a lot. It's just a lot of distractions out there that you could just fall into. So just be aware. I'm not saying we millionaires or but like, I'm saying as far as like you got to have somebody in your corner that's strong next to you. If you want to be successful, if you're trying to do the biggest things on the biggest stage or whatever field you in, you got to just eliminate the distractions. You know what I'm saying? F with who got you there to this point and rock with it. Because
we're not saying we're not just talking about the married. If you got a girlfriend or a significant other,
somebody that's been there from
day one,
right?
They were there from, let's say, if you were a baller, they were there from AAU, high school to college to the league to where you at now.
Right,
They've been there for day one. Right,
focus and stability. Because if you're out there and you just having a fun moment and you're doing you thinking it's fun, this is what simply it could change the whole thing.
Right. And the crazy part about it, right, Shot? This is what used to be back in the day with the sports and stuff like that.
Right.
You ever notice how they used to have the entourage? Remember the show, The Entourage?
Yeah.
So I was thinking that, is this his entourage he's with? But it's not.
No.
So nowadays, a lot of these players not even rolling with an entourage. They moving dolo.
Yeah, and they having these little excursions.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. They don't have like they 4 or 5 team entourage and they just wilding out.
Yeah.
They dolo now.
Yeah, so just they gotta be careful. Stefon, you gotta be careful out there, man. I hope everything work out for you as far as
with the NFL because he's like a top 10 receiver, if I'm not mistaken. You fantasy coming up.
You getting paid like one.
Exactly. Fantasy coming up. We might not be able to get him. He might not be able to
play
for the first 4, 5, 6 games of the pitch. They definitely need him.
Oh God.
You know what I'm saying? With the whole situation with that organization.
And you just said the word organization.
Yeah.
Organization wins championships. So almost getting back to the Knicks thing, like the reason why the Knicks is so successful is because their front office is great.
It's great.
You know what I'm saying? The coaching staff is great.
Exactly.
And then they got great players. So it's like you got to build each one, right? Like,
Exactly.
and they all work. They all got to work for you to be a champ. Because if you look at Indiana, great coach, great organization, great fan base, and great players. Like all of them are great character guys. They'll have no knucklehead on that team.
And think about it, Patriots already built that blueprint.
Right. They kept it there. Yeah, exactly. They got rid of any knucklehead. Anybody that was like a knucklehead, like in the Bill Belichick era.
Oh man,
you got to stay focused and you be out of there. And then what happened? They win 5, 6, 7 titles.
There it is.
Same thing with the Chiefs. When the Chiefs get
Pat
knuckleheads, when they was like, "Yo, you gotta go."
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The dude that we featured
remember,
that was rapping, Kadarius Toney. They got rid of him because he was a knucklehead.
The other one, there was another, the running back, crazy.
Oh yeah,
I think they won it when they won the first one.
Yeah,
got rid of him.
Yeah, exactly.
But he revived. I think he went back up to Cleveland or somewhere.
Yeah, he went back.
Cleveland. Yeah.
But I'm just saying, like that's how you got to be successful. Less distractions. You know what I'm saying? Stick with the people who got you there to that point,
right?
And just take off from there. Because anything else other than that, you can see like you're gonna be in allegations. You're gonna be.
Oh man,
you're gonna get caught on camera doing something.
Listen, if I'm single and I have no one in my corner and I'm getting millions, I may have to pull a chapter out of Dave Chappelle. I might just walk around with NDAs.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like NDA. Hey, you want to meet me? Sign right here.
It's all right here.
Yeah,
you're gonna have to because that's the only how you're gonna protect yourself.
Exactly.
Like it's crazy.
You got to walk around with NDAs, yo.
That was crazy, man. So yo, man, shout out to Stefon Diggs, man. Hope that situation come out, Daddy.
Yo, the season,
you might be saying that in the clink, Daddy.
Season coming up in a couple months, so man, let's resolve that quick.
Yes. On to the next segment.
Exactly.
So Chuck, I want to get on the topic. We ain't really touched this topic enough, which is WNBA.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, and the greatness and the newfound. Sport activity. I won't say sport because WNBA been around forever, but I'm talking about as far as up to prominence,
right?
Because of Caitlyn Clark.
Yeah.
And she is now hurt, and the WNBA is kind of hurt economically because of that.
I would assume so, child, because when they grabbed her, when they drafted her, right? I think the WNBA were revived with new TV deals. If I'm not mistaken, their ticket sales actually went up.
It's crazy.
Ticket prices went up. You know,
salaries went up.
Salaries went up. Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? For the WNBA, their travel went up. Now they all got like get first.
And they were economically, they're not as dependent on the NBA as they were.
Yeah.
And look what's getting ready to come in the future. The talent that's getting ready to come even more.
Yeah, the Jujus of the world.
Exactly. That should balance out.
Like this, they got Paige Buchers playing now for the Wings.
Exactly.
And that's working out. She looked good.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So they bringing in. That's revenue. What happens.
Right.
Like when Jordan came, I'm not saying Caitlyn Clark is Jordan, but I'm saying economically when Jordan came, he revived the NBA.
He revived the NBA.
He brought the salaries.
Yeah.
And then when he passed it to LeBron, he did the same thing. He elevated and they brought the salaries. You know what I'm saying? It's like that great player gets everybody paid.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like if Caitlyn Clark is out there and then you got other great players, they all want to play against her and show like, hey, I'm just as good or better as she. So they're going to prove their worth against that team. And then that way you start looking at other talents like, oh, that girl right there can play.
So something behind her is already coming, which is like you said, Juju. She's already getting ready to come into the league. So she has to be on her best or let me skate through this year because I got somebody young on my heels.
You know, it's crazy, right? They changed that, which might not, they changed their whole team. So the Indiana Fever is who she plays.
Right.
They weren't a good team last year.
Right.
I don't think they made the playoffs.
They didn't even make the playoffs.
So, but this year they changed the the whole team. No,
exactly.
They gave her veterans. They gave her some younger players. They gave her some more athletic players. They gave her some defenders. So that team that they gave her was primed to win. Like they gave her when you got a great player, you want to put
build around them.
Yeah, you want to put other players to make her look great because she was making passes and then they wasn't even ready for them. She was like, ew, and they was like, excuse me, was that for me?
Yeah,
you threw that to me. Kayla
they had to go back to practice.
Yeah, I'm the god. I'm about to throw it.
Yeah, let's rehearse this in practice.
You know what I'm saying? So her getting hurt right now is a big blow.
Yes.
One, because I love to see her play.
Yes.
But two, the WNBA as a whole is suffering. So they're supposed to have this big game in the United Center when they play Angel Reese, I think.
Yeah.
And they was selling the tickets for like almost $100. Now they're about $11.
So wait. so you mean to tell me we could be on the floor?
Or we could be like, Daddy.
Wait.
You want to?
Yeah. So wait a minute. So we could be on the floor for about what, 25?
Yeah, we can get in there. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
Might not know who you're looking at. You don't know who's number 32.
But we can get great seats right now for that game.
Great seats,
man,
seats. You know what I'm saying?
crazy.
You can bring the whole fam for 100.
Oh, for
5
$100
kids.
with food and drink?
Yeah, you get 5 hot dogs or 5 large sodas, $11. Right now, if she not
a package we
if
can buy,
she's not playing,
we could get a family package.
What? You can get some pink cocaine.
Oh God!
And pink lemonade.
Yo,
$11.
Yo, shot crazy.
WNBA right now.
Shot crazy, man.
Daddy. No, if you say daddy, you gonna get
that's the promo. That's the promo
code. Daddy. Daddy. And you in there.
Yo.
Okay. That's all I'm gonna say on that segment.
On to the next
segment. So, Chuck, for our last segment,
let's do it.
I got a question for you. See, and I like these because he don't know about these sometimes, and I just bring it in.
Yeah,
and that's a question. But the topic is Chat GPT.
Chat GPT, okay.
And a lot of people are incorporating Chat GPT into their lives, right? And whatever they want to use it for,
right?
But what I heard the kids are using it for now, kind of like shook me up. I said, I got to ask Chuck this. So I was watching a podcast with what's the girl? Joy Taylor.
Yeah.
Joy Taylor had a podcast. She got a podcast out.
Yeah.
And the podcast person that she had on there revealed to her that the kids is using Chat GPT to talk to girls. So I need to know. So you know what I did?
Yeah.
I don't have Chat GPT, but what I did was I went into like the AI. Right?
Mm-hmm.
I went into like the meta AI, right? And I was like, all right, let me just see if like even the AI or whatever. So I was like, let me ask the AI stuff.
It's gonna give you some pointers to talk to a girl.
Yeah. I was like, I want to send a message to a girl I like.
Right.
The shit said,
what is that?
That's exciting. Sending a message to someone you like can be nerve-wracking, but I'm here to help. What kind of message are you thinking of sending? Do you want to ask her on a date? Get to know her better? Share something you have in common? Simply say hello.
Wow, it gives you options?
Yes, it's like your friend. Yo, you can tell her. I said, I want to be flirty. So flirty messages can be fun.
Right.
To get started, I need some details. What's your relationship with the girl? Have you met her in person? Or is this online?
Wait.
What's her sense of humor like?
Wait. Yo. This thing is turning in almost like a dating app.
I'm
Chat GPT is like a dating app.
Right. So now, the funny thing, the part about it was funny, right? Is that she told Joy, she was like, Joy, what if somebody caught you on Chat GPT? What if you gave somebody ussy off Chat GPT? Do you feel away? And she went ahead down. She was like, I better not have give somebody no ussy. And they use Chat GPT to get me. So
because it was artificial.
Right. That's the thing.
It was artificial.
Is this wild to you?
This is kind of creepy.
Is it wild?
It's wild and creepy at the same time.
It's almost going back to like, how we talk about rap and radio lyrics and what the ish we had to go through to talk to girls back in the day. And now they just got TBT.
Now let me say this, right?
I'm tight. I'm tight.
Yes.
Daddy.
Listen.
Tight.
In offense to the Chat GPT, right?
I'm tight.
I wish I could use it based on your level, your brain level.
Okay.
Like in other words, what level is the girl I'm interested in? Right. Where is her brain level at?
Oh God.
You know what I'm saying?
So you want them to figure that out? But because figure it out.
Right. So it asks you specific questions, right? And I can say, okay, well, this is a 40-year-old, but they got the brain of a 21-year-old. It is going to tell me what to say.
It's going to tell you something. It's going to give you
say, You want to go out to the Cheesecake Factory? Well, take it to the Cheesecake Factory, Chuck.
That's where most 40-year-old, 21-year-old brain chicks want to go.
Want to go, right?
But in saying that, that's exactly what it's kind of doing.
Yo, it's crazy, man. You know what I really use Chat GPT for? It's mostly like, okay, so like I work in a lab, right?
Mm-hmm.
So certain formulas or certain chemicals I'm not really that in depth about.
Yeah.
Chat GPT, fellas, for the people out there that don't know what Chat GPT does, it's a search engine. It's an artificial intelligence search engine that it could find and do anything you want it to do, right?
Basically.
So like certain chemicals that like the surface level of it, if you want to go even deeper into that chemical and find out exactly what it does, what it's made from, where it's generated from, the side effects of it that they don't put on the bottle,
the origin and everything.
Right. It'll give you all of that. So I use it in like a formulary basis sometimes. And on top of that, it's a good study guide. So for example, if you're trying to learn something, you have to learn it organically because you can't just rely on Chat GPT to learn stuff.
Yes.
So when you want to learn something organic, right, and you want it to explain to you in a different way than I would or somebody else would explain it to you.
Yes.
It will explain to you in depth a certain subject you might want to learn or a certain technique you might want to learn or even a cooking, it'll give you a cooking recipe.
Recipes.
You know,
and okay, so like the AI or Chat GPT, the way I use it, even in the betting world, right?
Exactly.
Is I would ask, like, let's just say the Phillies and the Mets are playing, right? I would ask the Chat GPT, who has the stronger bullpen between the two teams, right? So that way I could get a gauge on the late game. Can they hold the lead? You know, where I think the game may go. Like if the starters are even, I'd be like, well, the bullpen might be the difference. So who has the bullpen? I would ask that question. But we talking about talking to girls or guys.
No.
Having the joint like this. When I found that out, I felt deflated. I was like,
you have to be organic. These type of things are organic. You want to insert artificial intelligence.
I mean, is there nothing sacred anymore?
Yeah, exactly.
Nothing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like they just telling you, talk to the girls.
I mean, it's bad enough. Love after lockup.
Oh God.
And then what's the foreign overseas one?
90 Day Fiance.
90 Day Fiance, right?
Right, but all of those, you still see the person.
Right,
like,
it's still organic.
This shit
Right. So
crazy.
now you're going to the artificial intelligence level of dating?
And this is with the younger, and like you said that when you was talking about the drugs before.
Yeah, evolution.
Right, evolution and stuff. This is another thing. Like, so the evolution of dating has come to like not even be bothered with it. So if I'm gonna tell my app like you know what the girls is, so swipe on those girls. And I already got my joint in Chat GPT, so you know what to say. I'm gonna go to sleep. I'm gonna wake up. I'm gonna have 3 dates lined up. What in the hell?
So wait, Shot. So you telling me we done went from
come on?
We done went from writing the love letters. Do you like me? Check yes or check no. Right.
Maybe.
We went from the love letters to Chat GPT doing the talking for you.
Yo, son. That's like, I'm going to go to the bathroom, right? I'm going to come back. I'm going to check the conversation. Oh, yeah, my Chat GPT live. I got this chick.
And then in 1 hour, we about to meet up.
Hey, yo, Chat GPT give you a notification. Date at 3:30.
What? I got to get ready.
I ain't even say nothing. So when you go in person, how does that work?
It's got to be organic.
So what you going to do? You going to Chat GPT the whole time?
No.
Crazy. But anyway. But it's time to end it though, dog. Yes, it is.
Oh, man.
And we have a lot of fun.
Yeah, because we took that the weekend off.
Yeah. But anyway, this is I'm Leaving Here with Self Podcast. Make sure you like,
comment, share,
subscribe,
and hit that like button.
Get in the comments
to the algorithm.
You know what I mean? We got everything running around. This is the I'm Leaving Here with Self Podcast. This is your boy Sha.
And I'm Chuck. And we out. Son, to go.